he has a lot of research experience. One of those are identification and extraction of detoxification potential in mosquito fish exposed to heavy metals. Another research is optimization and performance measurement of eco-technology in remediating textile industry contaminated river water. So here is the CV of Dr. Adam. So let's say hi to Dr. Adam. Good morning, Dr. Adam.
Morning.
Okay, thank you for making time. Good morning. Thank you for making time to become speaker for this webinar. I hope that you are in a good physical state, especially in the rainy season. You know, the immunity is low and a lot of cold symptoms and so on.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right. You may begin your presentation, Dr. Adam. You have 20 minutes to present your topics. And then, Dr. Adam, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much for the Dr. Esti. I want to share of my PPT. Okay, thank you very much. Sorry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the Dr. Esti, moderator. Thank you for the Dr. Erni from the Hime University, and thank you for Dr. Dahlia from the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, University of Brawijaya Malang, Indonesia, for the time given and for the invitation to be a speaker at the One Health Aquatic Animal webinar for a part of International Scientific Association initiation. Let me introduce. My name is Muhammad Rudin Adam, senior researcher in ecotoxicology and marine biotechnology. I am affiliated in Research Center for Marine and Land Bioindustry, the National Research and Innovation Agency, BRIN of Indonesia. On this time, I will present a topic of health vulnerabilities and the effect of water pollutant on the vital organ of aquatic animal. Timeline of ecotoxicology studies for me in aquatic environment, marine, estuarine, and inland water. Sorry. From the 2020 years, a study on pollution of Kalimewe and Wangi River by domestic agriculture and industrial waste in East Java. And the next year, study on heavy metal, which contamination in the Brantas River flow and its impact on fish. The next year, 2022, study on the impact of waste on aquatic animal and plant in the Citarum River flow using ecotechnology technique. And the next year, study on the impact of ship fuel, which the abundance of microplastic in river water, estuarine, and coastal water, as well as the impact of aquatic animal. And this year, study on heavy metal absorptions in aquatic animal and mangrove plants, as well as the remediation capability of mangrove. Okay, this one types of waste disposed into the environment: air pollution, manufacturing and pollution, radioactive hazard, hazard waste, and water pollution. And the focus of my research is water pollution. Okay, this picture is we all know the water pollution is one of the biggest environmental problem today. But how do these pollutants really affect the animal living in the water? Water pollution not only threaten marine ecosystem, but also human life. Many fish species that we consume exposed to pollutant that can damage their vital organ, which ultimate affect us all. The following graph show the top 10 regency in Indonesia with the highest level of water pollution. The first position is Central Java, the followed by West Java, and the top three complete by East Java. The next graph illustrasi that the most common place for the waste disposal in both urban and rural area, water flow ranging from the drain to river. This area remain to most popular was for waste disposal by the people in Indonesia, the got selokan or sungai. So based on this, the next graph highlight the high level of microplastic contaminant in river stream that share as which disposal site. The higher microplastic contaminant occur in East Java, followed by North Sumatra, and the top three include the West Sumatra. So the next graph show the high sort of waste pollution which come from the industrial waste. After the past 2 decades from the 2000 and 2020, industrial waste has remained the main contributor to water pollution, followed by waste from residential area. The types of the water pollution is chemical pollution, heavy metal, mercury, lead, cadmium, pesticide, as nutrient for the nitrification and industrial chemical. The biology pollutant is pathogenic bacteria, virus, and disease causing organism. And the physical pollutant, microplastic, plastic waste, and another waste. Okay, this is the graph. In short, the flow of industrial waste pollution from the upstream to downstream. Industrial waste is generated during production activity, including liquid, soil, solid, and gas waste containing hazard material. The waste is disposed of directly into drainage system or water body without proper treatment. The waste flow through a drainage channel into river, lake, or ocean, contaminating water body. The contaminated waste contain heavy metal, harmful chemical, and organic waste, which damage aquatic ecosystem and harm aquatic organism. Pollutant damage ecosystem, threaten human health, reduce water quality, and causing economic losses. The impact of pollutant on the vital organ of aquatic animal and in the organ kidney and liver can the damage to detoxification organ, the effect of heavy metal, respiratory system can be contamination with chemical can effect of fish gill. The nervous system can be chemical pollutant can damage of the nervous system of aquatic animal, and the reproduction system pollutant can disrupt the reproductive ability of some species. This is the method for analyzing heavy metal contamination in aquatic animal for in the brain. We have used an AAS, atomic absorption spectrophotometry. So the ICP-MS, ICP-EOS, HPLC, gravimetry, voltammetry, XRF portable, XRF, SEM-EDAX, FACE-SEM, TEM, Raman, and FTIR in the brain. So you can be browse in the searching in the another information for the elsa@brain@go.id. So this is the case study on the impact of pollutant on aquatic animal. Case 1, mercury damage to fish in the Minamata River, Japan. This is a universal case study in the mercury damage. Case 2, the impact of microplastic on the decline of plankton and fish population. Case 3, the impact of industrial waste on marine life around ports. Okay, this is the result of our research. We have analysis of DNA from the tubivac SP silkworm sample exposed to mercury, heavy metal waste. We have DNA extraction, amplification PCR for sequencing, plus and the gene bank. So this is the Goros DNA leader, and this is probe sequencing and phylogenetic tree. For this one, mercury distribution in tubivac after we are mercury exposed, with the anterior and middle sections marked by red and white spot. Raw, the image is the result of EDAX mapping. So this is the journal we have published in Journal Ilmiah Perikanan and Kelautan UNER. The title is concentration and distribution of Oligochaeta worm in the water of Japanan polluted by mercury, which using DNA barcode. This is the rule of the research. So this picture, one of the widespread aquatic organism in the river of Indonesia is the mosquito fish. The species Gambusia affinis mosquito fish are invasive species that can adapt to environmental change. Also, there are bioindicator species for pollutant environment. The study we are studying determine the effect of the exposure to cadmium on the cytoskeleton and morphology of the gill chloride cell. In cadmium treat mosquito fish for the 20 days. After that, the density of its chloride cell is increased. It was observed that there is an increase of chloride cell surface area. The result of this study confirmed the cytotoxic effect of cadmium on mosquito fish. So we have published in Egyptian Journal of Aquatic Research. You can visit the journal. The title of the effect of cadmium exposure on the cytoskeleton and morphology of the gill chloride cell in juvenile mosquito fish. So the next picture, this experiment aimed to determine how cadmium exposure impact for the CD4 cell activity, macrophage cell and pinocytosis activity, metallothionein expression, and CD level in juvenile Gambusia affinis gill. Furthermore, the immunofluorescence test on the gill with the anti-MT mouse, anti-metallothionein mouse, and good IgG fluorescence in rhodamin on the gill show the luminescence increase with increasing cadmium level in the gill. Similarly, the metallothionein intensity increase at the CD exposed gill as compared to the control. as the CD level in the gill increase, the metallothionein level significant for the information. So we have the published in journal Emerging Contaminant, the title CD4 cell activation with the CD-IC marker and metallothionein expression in the gill of cadmium exposed mosquito fish, Gambusia affinis in juvenile. So this is the aquatic organism demonstrate a high vulnerability to mortality when exposed to lead or PB, even at a low concentration. The objective of this investigation is to histopathological alterations and cortisol, so stressor in concentration in diverse tissue of Gambusia affinis, with a specific focus on the egg and larva following exposure to varying concentration of PbCl2. The recent study observed a significant elevation in cortisol level among fish specimens that were subjected to the rise of cortisol concentration in various organs. Furthermore, the research indicate the exposure to lead has a notable impact on histological alteration and egg and larva of Gambusia, but implying that they are undergoing stress as a result of the PB or lead exposure. And we have the published in journal Scientifica, the title of the cortisol level, histology and fine structure of various tissue of fish Gambusia affinis after exposure to lead or PB. So
Dr. Random, sorry.
Okay.
You have 5 minutes left for your presentation.
Okay. So the last the last research of the study on abundance of microplastic in Kode Bay, North Lombok, West Nusa Tenggara, Indonesia, near of my office in Lombok, where investigate from the water, sediment, and marine animal sample to evaluation the impact of which discharge from anthropogenic activity and river run off around the bay. The sample were collected from the three site category: the sample from the port, residential area, and aquaculture, floating net kick. Water quality in each site was observed. So the study result indicate widespread for microplastic contaminant in the Kode Bay area. The result serve scientific based recommendation for policy making to further prevent microplastic contaminant in the area. So we have published for the journal Water, Air, and Soil Pollution in the title in microplastic contaminant in environment and marine animal at Kode Bay Lombok, Indonesia. You can browsing for the article. So we have the prevention and solution for the problem. We can water waste management for the reduction of single-use plastic, better industrial waste management, ecosystem restoration, water ecosystem rehabilitation program, and habitat restoration effort, and environmental pollution policy, tiger regulation on water pollution. We have discussed from the Minister of Lingkungan Hidup. So this is conclusion for my presentation. Water pollutant have a serious impact on the health and vital organ of aquatic animal. Preventive and restorative action crucial to protect aquatic ecosystem, and we have and we can use a public participation and stricter policy and needed to preserve water body. So you can contact us and phone number, email, and this is my office in Lombok Island. So thank you very much for the attention. We come back for the moderator, Dr. Esti. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Adam, for the interesting presentation. Okay, dear participants. Now let's move on to the question and answer session. Here are some questions for two speakers. The first one is from Heri Irawan for Dr. Emi. What are the key steps for safely preparing and using alkali-treated aluminum foil to purify water on small scale? Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question, Mr. Hari. Actually, this method, the synthesis or fabrication and using is very simple. The key step, if of course, I told in the presentation we can use any alkaline to how to say to dissolve the part dissolving of aluminum foil, but the best, I think the best is if we use magnesium hydroxide. So it's very easy and simple, easy, and also safety, also safe, because magnesium hydroxide is also a kind of fertilizer. And the key is actually magnesium hydroxide has very low solubility in water. Like the solubility is around 0.5 millimole per liter. So like, how to say, like it, like if we set the reaction, like it will dissolve little by little, dissolve, and then move to how to say, to dissolve and move to the to the aluminum. Actually, we use only alkali, only OH, because magnesium never attached to the aluminum foil. This is this actually we in this experiment the best actually we if we use 1 gram of MgOH2 and put in 100 milliliter of water, then just mixing. We can use more even, and if even we use more, the dilution actually when we use 1 gram of magnesium hydroxide and 100 milli is already saturated actually. So that's why it's very, how to say, let's say it's safe, I think. Even we use more is no problem, and will not give like also no how to say, it's very safe for human also, I think. And then how to use is also we just put in reservoir, or sometimes we can, for example, like shakes, or we can shake by hand, for example. But of course, this still need more experiment, or more like, how to say, if we want to use to apply in daily life, it's better also we need to do more with more, for example, natural water, for example, and also how to say, like, because this is new, like, for example, until now we believe that if we boil water, like the all of microbe will die, and then we just drink. We never check if really after boiling water it still contain microbe or not. But it's same in the same case, because the ATA foil is new. If we need more, how to say, more proof that it's good and safe for human. So that is my answer.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Eni, for the answer. And now let's move on to the second question. It's from Aksep Farhan from Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, Universitas Brawijaya. He asked for Dr. Ernie, can this LTA foil also be used by fish farmers to help maintaining the quality of water for fish, considering the people in Indonesia still make fish as food?
Thank you for nice question. Yeah, sure. I'm sure that we can use Atafoil for the fish farmer in Indonesia. But once more, we need actually we want like you everybody can try and use, but still we need a kind of checking experiment. Then like when you use for we have to check with if you have a kind of big experiment on project to use Atafoil for the aquaculture for the growing fish. I think it's will very good idea. Like but I'm sure we can use for your purpose to for the farmer in fish farmer. Yeah, but before using, I think we need to let's have a kind of research to do it in more big scale. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Eni, for the answer for our participants. Now, the question is for Dr. Adam from Dr. Dahlia. The first question is, what immediate steps can be taken to mitigate the effects of water pollutants on fish health in aquaculture system? The second question is, how can farmers monitor and manage water quality parameters to prevent pollutant accumulation in fish habitats? Thank you and good luck.
Okay, thank you for the Dr. Dahlia. I think the protect fish health and maintain a healthy aquaculture environment. Several immediate step that can be take water filtration and treatment. So mechanical filtration, you can use this debris drum filter. Anyway, biological treatment filtration use biofloc. This example, chemical treatment, you can carbon absorbent and it's so the water exchange or replacement. So increase water exchange to the oxygen and water aerasi, and you can use bioremediation from the alga and beneficial microorganism. And we have monitoring from the chemical and detoxification, and you can reduce pollutant input the limit feed the waste and prevent runoff from the external source. This is the step of the image from the immediate aquaculture. So the farmer can monitoring water quality is essential to prevent of accumulation of pollutant. Here, key strategy, the farmer can monitoring regular. So the key water quality parameter, temperature, pH level, oxygen level, ammonia nitrate level, salinity for marine system, and total suspend solid TSS. You can use automatic monitoring system for the continue monitoring system and remote sensing technology. Now, many for the remote sensing technology. So efficiency for the weeds management from the sediment removal and implementing recirculation of aquaculture system. So the system RAS in water quality and integrated natural filtration system. You can construct the wetland and the port in your aquaculture or an aquaponic system, and we have used the technology of ecotechnology system. This is the mix of the bioremediasi, phytoremediasi, and filtrasi use the zeolite system. Okay. So in the farming, we can training and education for the regular training to the best practices to water quality management. Okay. This is my question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Adam, for your answer to the question. Okay, I think that's all of the question from the attendants. So, ladies and gentlemen, finally we are reaching the end of the second session. Allow me to summarize this talk on the session. About 80% of our rural area lack of drinking water, and majority of countries in the world also do not have safe drinking water. Trefoil can be one of the solutions to purify water, not only in feasible way, but also in eco-friendly. Fish in contaminated water will affect their vital organ. In Indonesia, Central Java has the highest water pollution. Heavy metals can affect some organs, including kidney organs, and the pollution can affect the reproduction of fish, which lead to economic loss. So the solution to combat the water pollution, the first one is waste management. The second one is ecosystem restoration and environmental policy. Okay, that's all for the summary for this second session. And thank you for your attention, participants. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now back to you, Dr. Mira.
Thank you very much, Dr. Esti. We would like to thank you to moderator and speaker for what was presented. I'm sure that it is very useful for us. Okay, the next we invite the moderator and speaker to open the camera to receive certificate and also have a group